All right, now we're going to look at hypnosis. So everybody should be on page 176. All right, so to understand hypnosis, we need to understand consciousness. So consciousness is awareness of yourself and your environment. So hopefully right now my voice is in your consciousness, so you're consciously aware of my voice and of this slide. So in understanding hypnosis, we also need to understand dual processing, how we can have two streams of consciousness happening at the same time in our consciousness. So you're driving home from school, but you're thinking of something else. You pull into your driveway and you're like, I don't even remember driving home. So obviously you were paying attention to driving home because you didn't end up in a ditch or anything. So you're following the rules of the road, but you were thinking of something else. So you had two streams of consciousness happening at the same time. So we can have these divisions within our consciousness. So if you understand that, then that can help us to kind of explain what may be happening with hypnosis. So hypnosis is a social interaction in which the hypnotist makes suggestions about perceptions, feelings, thoughts, or behaviors, and those suggestions are followed by the person being hypnotized. Now there's two main theories of hypnosis. The first one is on page 177, and this theory is the social influence theory. And according to the social influence theory, and this definition is on page 178, it's the theory that powerful social influences may produce a state of hypnosis. And it's the idea that being in a certain social context, that the idea that you're, people are watching, you get caught up in the situation, and you are just kind of playing along with the role, and that just kind of takes over, and you're wanting to be cooperative. So it's almost like, is it fake? I don't know. You're playing a role and you're just kind of taking on the role of a hypnotized person. And it's not so much that it's fake, it's just it becomes such a powerful influencer on you that you just kind of get caught up in it. Then there's the divided consciousness theory. And that goes along with what we were talking about with those divisions in your consciousness, that one part of your consciousness is aware of one thing and the other is aware of the other. And that can help us to understand how some people can be aware of pain and some can't. And we'll get more into that in a little bit. But Ernest Hilgard experimented on this. And if you look at the picture down at the bottom of page 178, you can see a woman with her hand in a bucket of ice water, or a bin of ice water, and she's under hypnosis, and you can even hypnotize people so that they don't even register the pain of having your hand submerged in ice water. It's kind of hard to believe, right? But that is true. I actually have a clip of that, of a similar kind of experiment. It's not that your consciousness doesn't know it, but you just don't recognize the pain. And you'll see a clip in a few minutes where you'll kind of get a better understanding of how that actually works. Now, some hypnotic techniques. First of all, in terms of who can be hypnotized, usually it's somebody who is highly suggestible. I don't want to use the word gullible, but it's somebody who is more suggestible than others, so take that as you will. So there is some type of hypnotic induction. So I have the person on the slide here with the pendulum, and it's not always a pendulum. Sometimes they have them count backwards, or there's just different types of hypnotic inductions that they may use. And then once they are under hypnosis, the hypnotist will plant hypnotic suggestions, whether or not it is something therapeutic, saying that you won't ever want to smoke cigarettes again, or you want to chew your fingernails again, or whatever. Or say I put Dutch under hypnosis and I said, okay, every time you hear the word psychology, you're going to quack like a duck. But I may also implant a post-hypnotic amnesia, saying that, okay, once you come out of hypnosis, you're not going to remember, you're going to have that post-hypnotic suggestion, but you're not going to remember that we told you this. You're just going to have the suggestion implanted. So every time you hear the word psychology, you're going to quack, but you're not going to remember why you're quacking like a duck. So it's going to create confusion for you, but fun for us. Now, I have a couple of clips at the bottom of the slide, and I want you guys to watch this. But if you know anything about the comedian actor Howie Mandel, he has severe OCD, and he is the host of I think it's America's Got Talent or something like that show, and they had a hypnotist come on, and the hypnotist actually hypnotized him. Okay, again, now Howie Mandel has severe OCD where he's like a severe germaphobe, so bad that he's like on medication and goes to therapy, and he has a house built behind his house where he goes if anybody in his family gets sick. I mean, it's just, he will not shake hands. I mean, serious OCD. The hypnotist comes on the show and hypnotizes him. This is amazing. And then the clip underneath it is Howie's reaction after the fact. So watch both clips. They're fascinating.